Jon Anderson, welcome to the program.
How you doing?
Well, it's great to hear your voice. Your voice has been a part of my life since I was a wee lad.
Yeah, same with me.
Well, now, so this tour features a mix of material, and I'm thinking about your solo work, the Yes music, your work with Vangelis, new material you'll be doing from Survival and Other Stories, your new album. How do you even begin to put together that set list?
Well, I think of the audience and the songs that I think they would like to hear. Obviously, the Yes songs that I wrote, Starship Trooper, Long Distance Runaround, Roundabout, and You and I, and, songs that I think I love singing them, that's for sure. And John and Vangelis songs, I have a couple in there, State of Independence and Find My Way Home. And the other songs are new songs, and I play a couple of songs on the dulcimer and the piano. I do some renditions of Close to the Edge and Topographic Oceans on the piano, then tell stories. So basically I'm trying to put on an entertaining evening because it's just me on stage,
Mm-hmm. So so this is definitely a solo effort. So that's got to be an adjustment for you, coming from behind a huge band. Now it's just you. Do you prefer that, or is it just a different type of show?
Well, it's just different. I've been doing concerts with full orchestras over the last couple of years, and I've been doing sort of concerts with people. I was over in Slovakia last year, and I sang with about 12 guys. They wanted to do Close to the Edge,
Right.
So they invited me over, and I just did some of my songs, and then we did Close to the Edge together. It was to celebrate the end of the Russian Empire in Slovakia. So it was a very emotional thing. And, Yes music has survived over the years, and there are many different kinds of performances that I like to do. So at the moment, I love to go out. It's just me and my wife and a couple of guitars, and we drive around from city to city and do the show. It's a lot of fun.
Yes is nothing if not ever evolving. What's your take on the current situation?
Well, they wanted to do what they're doing. It's not my idea of Yes. Chris likes to be the big boss at times. He's done it a couple of times. He did it, 30 years ago with Drama, and then he did it, I don't know, he's done it on a couple of occasions, but he just gets into that place where he wants to run things. And, I'm very sort of, I like to do adventurous things. It drives them crazy.
Right. You've been able to do that because you came up at a time, I believe, when creativity and uniqueness was championed. What do artists today have to look forward to when they get signed to a label?
Honestly, I think today is more adventurous than ever. You can set up your own website, your own musical outlet. You just go to people like TuneCore. It just costs $20 a year for them to make sure your songs are on every outlet like Amazon, iTunes, and so on. And you can make your own videos and post them on YouTube. In a way, you don't need to join a record company to make it in this world. Eventually, it's good to work with the big boys, and there's a couple of them still there, like Sony, and, but for the young musician, the door is wide open to do adventurous music and not really worry about trying to be a pop star, because that's very fleeting in a way,
Jon, if there's a recurrent theme that I get from your work, it's one of spirituality and hope. How would you describe your own spiritual path in life?
Well, over the years, I was lucky. In my teens, I really was rebelling against church and religions. And I think in my 20s, I realized, hey, they're all the same. They're all going to the same ocean. So you just got to find your own path. And I was fortunate enough to discover over a period of 10, 20 years the path of, we've all got the same light inside. And I just think life is so beautiful and wonderful. And if you're lucky enough to enjoy every day of your life, you'll become a better person. And you really... that's what I sing about hope for the future. I'm very excited about next year, the year after, and things that are going to change our lives. And I don't dwell on the misery of life. There's a lots of it, But you don't want to dwell on that because you hope that things are going to change for those people in hard places and that their lives will turn around. So I'm very optimistic, you know?
Yeah. And Yes music has always been optimistic. I think even from the title of the band, Yes.
Yeah, I think, you know, when we first started the band, I was always kind of wondering what I should write about. And I was never into writing about being a rock star or singing about love and chicks and chasing the girls and...
Right.
You know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll was very well done by Rod Stewart.
Right.
And Mick Jagger. So I just left it to them in those days. And there's a lot of musicians following that path. That's cool. That's their path, you know. Me, I'm very into, modern music. I'm very into orchestral music and things like that. And working with young teenagers, I'm very excited to do some tours with, they call it the School of Rock. You know, you get these young kids, you get 20 of them, and you take them on the road for 3 weeks. It's chaos, but it's wonderful chaos.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's rock and roll. Wonderful chaos. I think that's a perfect, appropriate title. You know, I was getting ready for the interview last night, doing some research, and I was going through my record collection, and I was just looking at all the Yes albums and what they meant to me in my life. Fragile was a leap in my musical education. Going for the One is still something I continue to go back to. I have a battered old vinyl copy of Relayer, which I recently bought because I've given that album away so many times to people. And then I came across Elias of Sun Hillow, and that's like a favorite book that I return to over and over. That's one of those records you have to listen to the whole thing. And it's what are some of your favorite milestones of Yes?
Well, I think, just like you said, Fragile, Close to the Edge, then Awaken, Going for the One. 90125 was a lot of fun because, you know, we were mega famous and we had the #1 around the world with Honor of a Lonely Heart. And it's kind of funny. You go through that experience without taking it too seriously, but it's a lot of fun to go through. Mm-hmm. And my solo work, of course, Elias of Sun Hillow. I'm actually working on Son of Elias, whose name is Zamran. So I'm actually moving along and doing some very interesting things now along those lines of solo work. But at the same time, my new album is working with people around the world via the internet. You know, I got people to send me music. I put an advert on my website saying musicians wanted, and I got all these people sending me bits of their music, and I picked out some of the really ones that connected with me, and they sent me music and I sing it. And this album is the first of 3 albums of me singing with people all over the world. So it's an amazing adventure out there, music. The
beauty of the internet with musicians is we can connect from thousands of miles away.
Oh, it's true. You know, music is universal, and we're in this oneness of living. We're very connected through the internet, thankfully. And so, you know, things are going good.
Right. Over the weekend, you know, we're talking about the tragedies. The loss of someone like Amy Winehouse. You see someone with such beautiful talent and such a great songwriter and singer, and the traps that are out there for someone in the pop star life. I'm sure that Yes was not immune from being approached by that sort of thing, but you guys have survived.
Well, yeah, for sure. There were times when I had to leave the band. After 10 years, you leave the band because of all that, you know, too many drugs around, you know, too much outside influence from managers telling you, oh, you're not making enough money for me.
Yeah, right.
And can't you change your ways and be a bit more poppy? And, you know, you just say, I got to get out of this, you know?
Yeah.
And I was always quick to just move to the left and move on and do something totally different. And that was, you know, I had children. They've grown up now. But I had a family. I wasn't really willing to just sacrifice wasting myself on tour and things like that because, you know, you have a family and they look up to you and you got to keep going and develop as an artist. Mm-hmm. So I was lucky in that respect. I never got into it.
Good. You hear that your songs become part of people's lives, and I guess that's probably the best compliment an artist can get from an admirer.
Yeah, it's like I was lucky to meet, you know, various people through my career, and I just reflect on when you meet people like I met Randy Newman just a couple of weeks ago, before I started Yes, I was listening to songs that he wrote because he had an incredible way of writing. And to me, that guy was such a dream. It was like, I'm meeting this guy, I can't believe it. And, that's what happens. You meet people along the way that really change your way of thinking. You bump into them along the way, and you realize that music does change your understanding of life on so many levels.
You talk about that. My daughter she's 8 now, but she was 6 when I turned her on to the Ladder album. She loves the song If Only You Knew, and she asked me, she said, Daddy, can this be our song?
I love it.
And we play it all the time. She knows it and she loves it. So your music continues.
I love that.
Yeah. And it is our song. It's our song indeed. And your music continues to inspire, and I can't thank enough. It's a real honor to talk to you, Jon.
Excellent. I appreciate this very, very much.